Welcome back to another episode of Training Talks. This is Tanner. I'm excited today. I got my man Ricky here with me.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, bro?
Man, super good. Today's been crazy. The weather's up and down, but just excited to be here and, growing with you, bro.
Yeah. Ricky, he's another hustler.
Mm-hmm.
He's another person passionate about health and fitness, and a man that has extreme expertise and knowledge. And so I'm excited to have you on today, bro.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So you work with different level of athletes. Talk to me a little bit about that.
So basically, I've been working with. Well, I started this whole thing working with college athletes, which is funny. Well, I guess we'll get to the story later about the garage and everything. But basically started working with college guys. I was a former athlete myself, and it matriculated into me starting a business. Within that, predominantly, yes, my niche is professional basketball players, but I've grown into business professionals, hikers, runners, bikers, movers, tennis, what have you. Anyone that needs the 3D movement aspect. But
yeah, that's dope, man. I like watching your stuff inspires me and inspires a lot of people because you're not traditional.
No.
You're not just cookie cutter. And the movements that there's obviously a method behind the madness.
Yes.
And so how did you come to the place where you're at?
Well, first and foremost, we're talking, Tanner blessed me with an amazing gift today. So I'm excited, but God has been good to me, man. And in order in that, I've been around some amazing mentors.
Yeah.
When I first stepped in as a recruiting coach, I went into the weight room and I fell in love in the weight room at the University of Missouri. From then on, every guy I've been around, it's guys with the 76ers, guys with the Spurs, and all of these guys I thought were by the book. Not they were by the book, but they all had their own kind of
flavor.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So within that, I realized something. I realized if I get the foundation, I have the foundation, and I can put a little bit of Ricky Bolton on it, but keep it respectable in that lane, then I can make something out of it.
Yeah.
So long story short, a big boy job was the University of Missouri, but I got my first really big boy job at the University of Tulsa.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of flourished. And I was a young strength coach. I kind of started with correctives, ways to help the body activate, and I moved into compound lifts, and I moved into, then I got fancier and fancier, but I never left the foundation, and that's kind of how I coined that philosophy.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
What would you say, what is your passion? What do you love doing?
You know what? No one's really ever asked me that.
Yeah.
I think I'm still shaping it, but when I really look at it, it's the psychology of this thing, man. It's the mental. We all have a certain bells and whistles and things that we hang our hat on. But if you don't have the mental aspect, or you don't know how to hone in on that or motivate someone mentally, then all of that's out the window.
Yeah.
I tell you this: 16 players all have a different motivating factor.
Yeah, they have a different why.
Yeah. They come in, you are a player. They come in, they look a certain way. You got to tap into certain things, but really when it's all said and done, they have things going on off the court, at home, in relationships, with the coach yourself.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ice to break, and when you break that ice, you get to really see the greatness in people.
Yeah.
Every
so
aspect.
I mean, it sounds like you enjoy helping people.
I do.
But the way that you do it may not be, traditional.
No, it's non-traditional. It's, I like to say it could be top down or down up.
Yeah.
Or midway up to down. You just have to meet the person there.
Yeah. That's dope because, you're creating your own lane. But you're also like you said earlier, having mentors helping you.
Yeah.
There's a book I love. You've probably read it, but Steal Like an Artist. You need to read that book.
Okay.
If you're listening to this and you haven't read that book, read that book. But it talks about the idea that, none of us are unique in the sense that we've all, stolen something from somebody.
Yes.
And then made it our own.
Yes.
And so I think that's important. You are an individual, God made you unique.
Yes.
But at the same time, there's so many people out there that we can learn from.
Yes.
And steal things like an artist, because the idea was, artists over time, what would happen is this artist would be influenced by this person and it would show in their work.
Yes.
And then so on and so forth over time. So
let me piggyback on that. This morning, what time did I get up? 6 a.m. So around 5:30, I get to the gym, 6 a.m. I had a client and he had lower back tightness. And I had just seen a video from a mentor, someone that I've been close to, and we're around the same age. So seeing that video made me reawaken some things that I had taken about 5 years ago as an artist. And when I realized it, someone DM'd me, a player I trained, Will Creekmore.
Okay.
Will Creekmore DM'd me. He said, man, you've been watching my guy. He doesn't know that I know, that guy personally.
Yeah.
But I instantly went into, oh, no, I changed it. But I realized people don't see social media, is that they may see something that inspired them and they add on to it and add on to it. And I said, whoa. Let me scale back, check the ego, check the pride. You know what? I did see that. I twisted this and this to get this effect, but that's what inspired me, just like an artist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and I think, in our profession and what we do, you have to be that way.
Absolutely.
Right? You have to, be adapting. You have to be always growing and learning. And so that's dope. For real. Talk to me a little bit about, you were an athlete. I was an athlete.
Yeah.
Talk to me. How would you, what would you say to yourself being 15 years old, 16 years old? Somebody that's up and coming, but talking to yourself, how would you go about that?
I would definitely tell myself to be nicer to yourself.
Yeah.
Understand that it's day by day. You wake up differently every day. Perfection is something that you can chase, but you'll never get.
Yeah.
That ran me to a lot of problems early on in my basketball career where I didn't understand how to move through certain obstacles, which kind of slowed me down a lot in my growth. So I would tell myself, be super nice, show up every day, ready to work, which I was. It's just going to be funny to say. I hear a lot that don't take any days for granted, but I'm going to swing it around. It's okay to take a couple days for granted when you're a young fella and you're chasing perfection, as long as you know what you're chasing. You got to rest. You got to recover. You got to be nice to yourself.
For real.
That's what I would do.
I learned something early on with PGC basketball. Shout out them. Learning how to play the game at 80% and not 100%. And that's how life is too, right? There's this movement and culture out there where it's like grind, hard work, dedication.
Yes, sir. Yep.
And, that has its time and place.
Yes.
But at the same time, you got to, like you said, be nice to yourself, give yourself grace and have balance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're so right. I was so, and, my father, my uncles, they all come from a military background. So I didn't want to let them down. I wanted to stay linear. I wanted to find ways to do different things. I want to find financial freedom at some point. We all do.
Yeah.
They jump into this game of entrepreneurship. Wanted a family. I wanted to break generational curses.
Yeah.
So I had this heavy net on my back, this heavy chain on my back, man, and metaphorically, and it just never left. And I finally am to the point now if I could reach back, like you said, and tell myself, be nicer, have more patience. You catch more bees with honey than vinegar. Don't have to compete with everyone.
Yeah.
Some people can help you.
Yeah.
Most people can help you. You just have to find a way to be personable. If you want to have a dog, that's okay. But sometimes the dog has to be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. Those were bars right there.
Oh, bro.
Straight bars.
Come on.
Oh, straight bars.
Come on.
Man, talk to me. Let's go back. 2020. Yeah. How do we meet?
Sheesh, man. So I got to give, man, I wonder.
It was John.
I think it was Johnny King, man. Yeah. So he was spoken about you. I had followed you. I wondered. So was it?
It had to be John.
It had to be John. Okay,
so it was back to the Rev days.
Yeah. So shout out to John, bro. Good brother. So basically, COVID hit. Things got a little rough. As an entrepreneur, you always set a safety net. I don't have a family, no girlfriend, single man. So I was kind of trying to figure out how to train. At the same time, I was still in cahoots with the University of Tulsa. I didn't have a safe place to train guys, and guys needed to get moving.
Yeah.
There were a lot of college athletes here that I had worked with and coached. They had nowhere to go. And I talked to John, and he said, man, I got a buddy. He has a gym, near you towards Midtown area, towards South. And he said, you're a good trustworthy human, so I'm pretty sure he'll take to you.
Yeah.
So he gives me Tanner's, and which is funny because Tanner is actually, I'm gonna out you real fast, one of the worst texter backers ever. But he's better now. It's my guy. But when I first text Tanner, bro, I was like, man, this dude's gonna hate me. He ain't gonna ever, And then he actually hit me back, and we talked and we chopped it up. And the funny thing about that is, this human let me in his home. He had a gym garage. Private, him and his wife, at the time, Shiloh we were engaged.
No, we were married.
Okay, married. Okay, so him and Shy, which I knew Shy from Actually, I knew
from TU.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
okay, we'll get there.
Yeah, she was a grad assistant for the soccer team.
So I met his wife at TU. I would bump into her. Of course, I had a assistant director performance position. And she was she nutrition or was she just coaching?
She was the grad assistant. So she was with the soccer team helping recruiting and those things. So.
Yeah, but a cool human, had a big anointing on her life. I'm glad these two met. So bumped into her then, and then so that related the two. So I actually knew his wife first. Johnny kind of made the introduction between me and him. He allowed me to train in his garage during COVID, which if you know at that point how life was, it's hard to trust and to kind of let people in your bubble. And for him, I'm forever indebted. I'm forever. Thank you, God, that I met this human. So that's how we met.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, those were good times,
man.
The amount of people that trained in this,
bro,
they would have shut us down,
man.
But we helped a lot of people during that time.
Yeah,
because you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep going.
Yes, sir.
And obviously, you had to stay safe during that time. So this being private, no one else is here. It's just that kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, let's. Oh, man. What about the hole in the wall?
Oh. Yeah. Ricky thought I was gonna kill him,
bro. I was like, he's never letting me come back. I was like,
He was working with those were football guys,
basketball,
right?
basketball, big 6'9", 6'8".
Like, put some holes in the wall, man.
And
he's like, I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
We fixed it that day.
Yeah, you did. I remember getting a call, but I was at work. Yeah, and you're like, here's what happened.
Yeah.
Shiloh's like, hey, he's fixing it. It's all good. Don't freak out.
Yeah,
but yeah.
If you know his wife, man, she is like the most level-headed, cool. She's like, oh, it's okay, guys. I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord, because Tanner's gonna be mad.
Yeah. I know her feisty side, but that's...
oh Lord,
I know that side.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how we first met, and obviously stay connected.
Yes.
And now you do some things with us at Tulsa Training.
Oh yeah.
Come and use the space, and so
yeah.
It's been dope. To work alongside you, throughout the years.
Thank you, man. I'm very appreciative.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself going with this training business?
I see myself finding a way to compatibly team up with humans like you as a collective in the future, to make something that's comfortable for humans, that's super aesthetically pleasing, at the same time filling their cup, filling our cup. But that's where I see this thing going. And then I don't know whether God calls it to be here. I've been having these premonitions lately. I've actually been running lately. I don't know, I see you pop up on the story and I run. I ran yesterday and I ran past a building and I claimed it. And I was like, that's going to be the one. And I don't know where it's going. I'm just trusting God. But I see that's where it's matriculating to. Just got to do it right.
Yeah.
But being around so many like go-getters like yourself, and I'm older than you, but go-getters like yourself, and seeing all the people that I've been here since I've been in Oklahoma be great entrepreneurs, I'm leaning towards that direction. So I see life going that way. I'm getting the itch to go back into coaching a little bit. If that happens, I still want my feet in the ground. So teaming up with individuals like you and people that can kind of push things and are really holistic and thriving in the community and help people genuinely. That's what I want to do. Collective is what we're going to say.
For sure. That's dope, because it's about people, right? And what we do, we're private training, one-on-one. We have our style, and I understand it's not for everybody.
Yes.
And that's the thing, like, everybody, you could work with everybody, but everybody may not like your flavor. Everybody may not like our style. And so, that being able to have a community and work with different individuals and different people that have a different style is super important.
No doubt.
Especially Tulsa's growing.
Yeah, it is.
Right? I mean, there's over 1 million in the metro area now. So, I mean, there's lots of opportunity and lots of people that need to be helped. Man,
so true. I challenge, I've been, when I was a coach, a lot of things that I would do, we keep it in a bubble. Because I'm 34 now. And so I come up in a coaching area where we don't share stuff. Now it's everything social media. Now you have these coaches bouncing out. Had I known social media then, it would probably be crazier now. But God has a plan. But as I see the way things are and they're starting to mesh together, even when I'm at Tulsa Training, right, our philosophies are different, but kind of one and the same. And so that's what I'm starting to see. In this world, everyone wants to be separated. You got the bodybuilders, the CrossFitters, the performance people, the mobility people, when it's like all that goes into one umbrella.
It does.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Back in the day, it was like there were certain niches that were like so against.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, I got to clown on this one
to
make myself look better.
Yes.
Whereas, John has the same perspective too. A lot of people do that, we know where you can do everything.
Yes.
And, still benefit. This may help you in this area. This may help you in that area.
Yes.
Everything's not bad.
No.
And there's no one way to do it.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So true. So true. It's even the other day having a conversation with you, just about stabilization of joints. I forget what but same principle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, there we go. Yeah. There we go. But it's like we all tie it in. You guys have actually, I don't know if I've been peeping, man. I'm really good with people, and I have a couple community connections. Mm-hmm. But what I've learned from Tulsa training, man, is just how to coach better.
Yeah.
You see people meeting people psychologically. You see people, and I don't know all the names, but I see it. Mm-hmm. I might have someone coming in, like my guy Wes that you see now Monday, Wednesday, Friday, is a traveling videographer. He'll shoot for Under Armour, he'll shoot for hospital, and he's moving, he's crouching, so he'll have a plan. But with him, sometimes because I see the way you guys push as a collective, I scale it back, I push it forward. So I challenge anyone that say none of these things connect, man. They all connect, and it's all neural. The brain starts first.
For sure. Yeah. And, the knowledge that you have, you're like one of the most knowledgeable guys that I know. You. But if you didn't know how to apply that knowledge to your client, it means nothing. And that's where, building relationships with people. And, my mom says this, I hear people talk about, if you can't explain what you know to a kid or simply, you really don't know it.
That's so true. That's so true.
And so, like, periodization, stabilization, you got to have your soleus doing this. But that doesn't do anything unless you can apply it.
Ask me how many times I say those big words.
Never.
I tried when I first got into it. And it was like, what? Like, what is that? They don't, practical applied.
Practical application. It's huge. And, there's so much stuff out there nowadays, I think, in our space, in the fitness and, training world, where people can get, I like to call it paralysis analysis.
Yeah. Okay.
Where it's like, I don't know what to do. Should I do this? Should I do calisthenics? Should I do CrossFit?
Yeah.
Should I do this? And it's like, man, it doesn't have to be perfect.
No.
You just got to do something.
No.
People got to be moving.
Man, I tell people this, and, if I had someone under me before, and it's a blessing. And I don't think I led them the right way because I still was a young guy trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But now looking at it now, anyone else under me that wants advice, anyone that's starting this deal, and I know you lead a cohort, push, pull, hinge, spice. Push, pull, hinge, spice. Add it here and there, just like you make your food.
Yeah.
And that's, just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple.
Yeah. Just keep it simple. Simplicity of it. That's the beautiful thing about training.
Yeah.
Is there's simple philosophies that you can, pick and choose here.
Yeah.
But as long as, you're moving in all three planes, you're doing the push, pull, hinge.
Yep.
You can get a robust training program,
yes,
but customized to your likes and your preferences.
Yeah. I seen you posted something today. What was it today or yesterday? How Instagram's algorithm is, but something about like kind of keeping it. You won't grow unless you keep it simple. You got to have I think it was about periodization. I can't remember.
Yeah. I talked a little bit about, you need to do things consistently over time.
Yes.
And if it's random, random things are going to get you random results.
Yes.
And it's not to say you got to do the same workout every time you come in.
That's so true.
But the same principle should be applied over time.
Absolutely.
And, people think, in the training business that it's like, oh, you just come up with a hard workout.
Yeah.
It's like there is a method behind the madness.
Yeah. That's so true. I went through that battle with when I first stepped out into when I tried to, I was a head trainer at a place called Rev Fitness after I was still coaching at TU, but I stepped over into that world. And when I tell you, it didn't matter what I put on paper or program with my humans. All they wanted to see was green, yellow, or red.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is not making you, that's not making, it's making the company richer, but it's not making you, so it come on,
Yeah. There's, what you do, and that's why it's so important to work with somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yes.
A professional.
Yes.
Like any Joe Schmo, I'm not trying to dog anybody, but anybody can make you throw up. You could do jumping jacks for an hour and throw up.
Yes.
That doesn't get you any better.
Yes, sir.
And so, it's not always about going, like we were talking about earlier, 100%.
Yeah.
It's 80%.
Absolutely.
How can you consistently over time be feeling good, moving well, and get the results that you want?
I'll piggyback with Tanner, and I'll challenge a lot of humans out here, and I'm doing it healthily. But if you do make someone puke, I want you to know you need to go back and dust off your book, get back into it, because that's not what this is about. Yeah. And you may be CPR certified, but that is not what this is about.
Not at all.
It's not what it's about.
Not at all. And, obviously there's some exceptions to that where it's like somebody went out the night before.
Yeah. Yes.
It happens
Human stuff.
It happens in the warm up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call the guy out, but I had a guy one time, we were doing our banded warm up. And he's like, I'll be right back.
1 second. 1 second. Yeah.
I'll be right back. But yeah, you're exactly right. Like, that is not a badge of honor that you should wear at all.
No.
And also, that's not a sign of a good workout.
It's not. You just, like, also too, like, overly sore.
Exactly.
Too sore.
Exactly.
Like,
soreness does not equal progress.
No, man, it means undertrained.
Yeah.
And there's a soft spot for that too, because you also need to be sore. But,
like I always tell people, it's like when we do something new, like a new movement variation or increase the volume or something like that, there's going to be some soreness. But like, if you're sore every workout,
man,
it's not our goal.
Yeah.
Our goal is not to get you sore.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people coming up in this space, that's what they think, is that when I get sore, I'm making gains.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's not the case at all.
Yeah. My sister, she just graduated nursing school, and she knows all this slang, and she's in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She's doing very well for herself, travel nurse. Yeah. But she always says this one thing, man, stop the cap. And I'm just like, stop the cap. But guys, look, man, like, take your workouts seriously, be human about it. But I'm telling you, your body breaking down every session, that's not key.
And that's something that you're big on, is the recovery side of things.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Recovery is just as important as what you do.
Yes.
Breaking down the body, right?
Yeah.
The recovery is where the real gains are actually made.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about kind of your philosophy of recovery.
I used to be spoiled as an athlete, as a fringe pro athlete, as a collegiate athlete, with all this gear.
Yeah.
And I hated using it.
Yeah.
But what I found that when I got into entrepreneurship, life and entrepreneurship, is I got to find 30 minutes, 40 minutes to kind of put on recovery boots, to put on recovery tights, to stretch my body, just to do more to create the longevity in that muscle fiber and those tendons. But along the lines, man, my philosophy is to kind of get married to it. We were talking about 80%. That other 20%, if not more, should be dedicated to your recovery aspect. For sure. Or things to get your body out of that fight or flight, things to relax your body neurally. There's a plethora of things to do. I won't marry anyone to one specific thing, but take, very care of your body and recover, and you'll be way, way, way stronger.
Oh, for sure.
Way stronger.
Well, if you look at it through biblical principles,
God,
God's called us one day of rest. And so if 6 days you're grinding, one day you need to rest. And if you don't, eventually what happens is what? Burnout.
Yes, sir.
You break down, you're disobeying. And so the same time when we're grinding with our body, we're training hard. That, one day out of the week, I'm not saying you got to take a day off, but you still have to spend the time.
I agree.
The principle of it, recovering. It's so important. And,
so true.
That goes with our training physically. It also goes mentally.
Yes, sir.
The grind of entrepreneurship. You have to take time to recover.
You do.
And if not, you're going to burn out.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's the mental side of being an athlete. That's the mental side of owning your own business. And then, the spiritual side as well. You got to take rest and recovery.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know how human I am. I spend this time building this business, and last year I don't think I took a day off. This year, God is pushing me, biblically, and I'll take a day. I'll take a day. I'll pray. I'll collect myself, and I'll come back refreshed, because I was experiencing that burnout. It's not only with your body. It's not only as you work out athletically. It's the other side of the puzzle too. As a professional. So.
And when you get to the place where I know you will have a family and you have kids, when you're saying yes to one thing, you're saying no to another.
Yeah.
And so when I say yes to grinding 24/7 on this business that I have, I'm saying no to my family.
Yeah.
I'm saying no to valuing them.
Yeah.
I'm not spending time with my daughter who's growing up.
Yes.
And so there's a balance where, of course, I want to grow this business. So ultimately, we can be taken care of. My trainers can be taken care of. We can help more people.
Yes.
But at the same time, this is a valuable time in my life. I need to be there for my family.
Absolutely.
So it's a balance that you have to have.
Absolutely. And that's why it's so important on your surrounding cast, your team, the people you surround yourself with, that just want to help you and understand that.
Yeah.
I'm learning that too. the beauty of coming from a college staff, that was my last team I was around. I told him the other day, we're going to potentially run some kind of 5K. I'm putting it out there on the record, so he has to do it. But they're the only other team that I know in this city. Those guys and gals, they're amazing. They're always warm. So you're good. You're as good as your team.
Yeah, your team. Those you surround yourself with. So important, and that's why it's honor to be around you. You don't come every single day to Tulsa training, but when you're there, it's valuable. And the other thing that's been awesome, I've told you this before, but the people that see you and get to know you are like, man, Ricky's awesome.
Yeah,
he's so positive.
Thank you.
He's so encouraging. I have one guy in particular. He's hiking Kilimanjaro right now.
What?
He's on top of the mountain. But he told me
send me his at, man.
I will. He said you encouraged him. It was that deadlift day. He's like, he was so nice. You encouraged him. I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah.
Just who you are. I'm going to just let people know just who you are in person is real.
Thank you, man.
And so, that's so important. You can be somebody online, but who you really are is when you look somebody in the eyes.
Yeah.
When you communicate with them in person.
Thank you.
And so
I want the world to know, and people that are subscribed or watching this, that day of me deadlifting at Tulsa training, which Tanner has me on the wall, which is so dope because I get to show everybody. But that day was me breaking the ice on coming back to wanting to show myself to the world as well. Mm-hmm. So I gained a ton of confidence that day myself.
Dope.
Was that December?
Yeah, December.
Yeah.
Hey, we're doing another one December 16th.
I'm there, except this time I'm wearing a belt. But anyway, yeah, man. So that helped me so much, and I realized what I was missing. I was missing the team and the community. Mm-hmm. And, I don't need a ton, but that really helped me break my shell. And now I'm just back out here getting live, man.
Getting live.
Yeah.
You're all over Instagram these days.
Yeah, I'm trying.
All different types of content, working with different brands, building yourself. What's your favorite part of social media? What do you enjoy doing?
My favorite part of social media is knowing how to, or flooding the market, and not being judged based on likes, comments, or shares. I mean, it's easy to want to be that. I'm not that kind of guy.
No, you've never been.
No.
Actually, a few years ago, I remember you saying you posted 12 things in one day, and you're like, I don't care.
No, I don't. No. Yeah. Someone's going to see it. Maybe that one, they may not like it. They may not share it, but it's going to wake them up. And they're going to be like, I got to go get it today.
Yeah. It's being disruptive, right?
Yes, man.
It's your brand.
Yes, sir.
And so, for us specifically with our Instagram, with our business, it's not necessarily a place that we get a ton of new clients.
Yeah.
But it's brand recognition.
Yeah.
It shows who we are. It
shows
that we're, a voice in this space.
Yeah.
And so that's you do the same thing, man.
Yes, sir.
It's not always about getting 30,000 likes on your reel.
Nah, man.
It's about putting value out there.
Yes, sir.
And showing your brand.
Shout out to you guys too. That is it Mike, man.
Mosaic.
He's
the best. He's the GOAT.
It's been, social media is going crazy, bro. It's so clean. So clean.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Mike is the best. Shout out Mike.
Yeah, big Mike.
He's been great to work with. Last thing, Ricky, man, tell me what is the best thing that you've learned this year?
Well, definitely you put it out there, 80%. I would say the best thing I learned this year truly was patience.
Patience.
I learned to sit back and to relax and let the blessings come to me. I was a habitual blessing attacker. And when I say that, I was never taking anyone else's or going against the grain that way, but if I felt God was going to bless me, I would go get it because I felt like I needed to go get everything, and you fall into that mentality as in the lifestyle we live in and being a former athlete, you got to go get it or you're going to be on the bench or you're not going to be. But I realized something in my young old age, but is that you just got to be patient. Patience is key. Understanding is key. Knowing who you are, knowing yourself on the coldest nights and knowing when to, put it out there and reel it back.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Well, Ricky, I appreciate you coming on the pod.
Thank you, brother.
We're gonna talk more a bunch of other times.
Let's do it.
But hey, follow Ricky at
Ricky Bolton Jr. on all platforms. But if you really want me to overpost, come to Instagram.
Yes, sir. All right. Appreciate it, brother. This has been Training Talks.
Let's go.